All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. Welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another live stream, this time bringing you the match preview, Chelsea versus Manchester City in the FA Cup semi-final. This is huge. This is huge for us, ladies and gentlemen. This is a big match for us. You can probably say a season-defining one. We want to make it to Europe. We want to make it to Europa League. Obviously, Champions League is not up for grabs for us. It's way too, it's not achievable. We can't reach those places. But we can definitely make it to Europa League, whether that is, trying to come sixth, seventh, maybe. Might give you Europa. I don't know. Maybe sixth is probably the last one. Fifth and sixth probably will give you Europa. But trying to do that through the league, you just never know. We've got a handful of games left. We potentially need to win all of them, and I'm not really sure whether we're going to do that. So, FA Cup, ladies and gentlemen, is probably the quickest and the best way to make it to Europa League. However, there is just a small issue of having Manchester City right in front of us. But this is why I say, ladies and gentlemen, we must smell blood. We must look at this Manchester City team and the grueling battle that they went through against Real Madrid in the Champions League for 120 minutes. All their players were absolutely devastated. They were knackered. They were 100% tired at the end of the whole ordeal. A lot of their players are actually doubtful for this upcoming match. This match comes way too quick for them. I don't think they've actually been able to recover fully off the back of that Champions League quarterfinal match against Real Madrid. And we've had enough time. We've had enough time to rest. We've got players coming back from injury as well, in the likes of Enzo Fernandez, Desassi. All of these players are coming back. We've had enough time to prepare for this particular match. We've got a lot more rest than Manchester City. And this is why I'm saying we need to smell blood. Now, whether we do it or not, that's a separate story. And that's something we're going to talk about. But I hope you understand my logic, my ideology behind it. Now, I know a lot of people will say, Miz, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, man. It does not matter whether Manchester City is tired, whether they played 120 minutes. They're still going to smash Chelsea. It doesn't matter. No problems. You can completely think that way. And that is somewhat, acceptable to think that way, because it's Manchester City. They're a powerhouse. They're a sensational football club, right? But I feel Chelsea Football Club, with the season that we've had so far, you'd think we'd learn lessons. You'd think we'd slowly start to show some level of maturity. We lost at Wembley, literally, a couple of months ago against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup final. You'd think second time around, when someone's been given the opportunity to rectify the wrong that happened, you'd think that you'd take that opportunity and right that wrong. You'd think that, yeah? You don't want to keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again. So that's the point. That's the logical point that I'm coming from. Let's see what you guys have to say. Big up to each and every one of you guys. Nearly 100 in the building already. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely annihilate the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. The watch along is going to be epic. This match, I think it's going to be a bit of a blockbuster. I get the feeling it might be open. I don't think it'll be like a cagey affair or anything like that, because we like to play a bit of a basketball game. Then again, against Manchester City, we do like to play compact, but I think a lot of their key players are not going to be available. I think KDB is doubtful. Haaland is doubtful. couple of the other defenders might be doubtful. I know Foden is still available, and Foden is more than enough for us, more than enough, devastating enough for us to beat us. But I think they're going to go for it as well. They want to try and come up with a reaction off the back of that quarterfinal loss in the Champions League against Real Madrid. And we want to make sure that we're in the FA, we're in another domestic cup final. We squandered already one of them. We want to make sure that we try and rectify that. Chelsea Empire, big up to you, my man. 100% I understand, bro. It's time our mentality kicks in. It's been 9 months together. Yeah, I mean, we want to see some development. We want to see some improvement. We want to see growth in maturity, of course. Haj, big up to you, my man. Our setup versus Manchester City this season have been good. My only dilemma is where Connor should play, because he did a job on Rodri at the Etihad as part of the front two press. Plus, I think 4 attackers might be too risky. So, yeah. I'm going to do the formation. I'll put out exactly how I think we should be setting up. So let me know what you think once we do that. Kuba, big up to you, my man. Miz, I don't think any of us can handle another finale loss. Let's hope for a decent performance in the semi-final at least. Yeah, 100%. Look, I'm not thinking about the final as yet, because obviously we've got to get past Manchester City, and this is not an easy task one bit. Even though I feel like we should be smelling blood, we should be targeting their tired players, don't get it mistaken. This is still not going to be an easy game for us. But we must perform and seize the opportunity to pounce on them. If we don't pounce on them now, we will never pounce on them. And as Haj said, our performances this season against Manchester City has actually been quite good. We just need to up that level a little bit, take it to the next level, and see if we can get a victory. We haven't got a victory against Manchester City since the Champions League final, this Champions League triumph that we had against them. We have not beaten them. This record needs to change. Enough's enough, man. Matt Chills, big up to you. I tried my best, but my 6-year-old already loves Haaland. Even says he's the GOAT. There you go. New generation, ladies and gentlemen. New generation. There's going to be a lot of Manchester City fans. And there's probably not going to be too many Chelsea fans if we continue this way. Because the new generation, they'll see who are the teams that are balling out. It's natural. They don't care about the history, the new generation, the new fans. They'll see who's doing well and they'll follow that. So 100% understand. Prince, here we go again. We must. Please don't let the disappointing if we lose result hurt you, my brother. I don't expect anything. Please, Chelsea, surprise. Look, I'm not setting myself up here. I fully get that this is a tough game. And I fully am still appreciative of what you said. That surprised me 100%. Like, that's how I felt against Everton. Surprised me. I'm still, to a certain degree, yes, surprised me. But what I'm saying is, from a logical standpoint, you'd think our players will understand the situation, that if we don't get Manchester City now, we will never be able to get them. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there needs to be some level of, understanding, some level of thought process that there's an opposition that's tired, that's potentially tired. There's an opposition that's hurting. There's an opposition that's low in morale, most likely. We need to take advantage of that. Michael, big up to you. The question you ask, though, good question. But if Pochettino is still our coach till the match will be played tomorrow, then Pochettino will not win. He is not conditioned to win anything. And look, this match will tell us a lot. It's not like as in, it's not like as if we don't know already a lot about this manager. We know. I think it's still safe to say he should not be the manager next season. Hell, he probably should have been sacked multiple times this season. But try and get a victory here, get us to the final, win the FA Cup. Slowly, maybe, if you finish the season off well, some of us could rethink our situation. If you don't beat Man City in this state, in this moment, it further reiterates that you're not a coach capable of taking us to the next level. You're not a coach capable of winning big things. You're not a coach capable of beating bigger teams, doing something important. So it'll further reiterate that. So it's a good match. It's a brilliant match for us to further assess this situation. Mr. Fanny, big up to you. People need to forget about Poch. He's a bozo. We need to back the players. I never liked Sarri, but back the players regardless. Fair enough. Milo K, big up to you, my man. I remember when some of these games we said, oh, the opponent have played more games. We've had more time to rest and we go lose several times this season. Won't be surprised if we don't win. Look, 100% agree. I'm not even going to lie. We've screwed up several times like this. Several times when we know that, okay, we've got to seize the opportunity. We've had more time. We've had more rest. There should be no excuses. And we end up flopping. And this is what I'm saying. If that happens, ladies and gentlemen, if that happens, I think it fully reiterates the fact that a change needs to happen next season. You can't just continue this way. Have we not seen enough hardship this season already? Yes, we have. Is it crazy to expect some level of development? No, it's not. I think we're in every right to expect some level of development from a maturity standpoint. Are these players growing up? Is the manager growing up? If they're not, then I'm sorry, things need to change next season. This will be 2 seasons in a row under the new ownership where we've magnificently flopped. It can't carry on for another 3rd season. That's what I'm saying. Ashraf, big up to you, my man. We face City less than 2 days after Arsenal away. This is a big, big week for our club. In general, we can't lose both and get our image destroyed in media. Wow. Well said, Ashraf. Because, straight after Manchester City, we've got Arsenal in about 2 days' time. Big matches lined up. City, Arsenal. This is where Mauricio Pochettino, this is where you earn the big bucks. This is where you are given an opportunity to change the narrative somewhat. It will go a long way if we can beat City, go into the I was going to say Champions League final. Wow. Yeah, we're not seeing Champions League final for a while. Go into the FA Cup final. And then if we're able to take 3 points against Arsenal and further dent their Premier League hopes, it will go a long way. It will go a long way in changing the narrative about Mauricio Pochettino. 100%. Not saying it'll completely convince all of us, no, but it will be some level of credit in the bank. Some level. Enzo Fernandez, I hope the Wembley occasion doesn't get to these young players. We are underdogs, yes, but I feel it could be a confidence booster as well. Come on, you Blues. Look, it shouldn't. The occasion should not be overwhelming. We've literally played in a final against Liverpool not that long ago. We should be able to handle the atmosphere, the pressure. If we're still incapable, then I'm blaming the management. You need to be able to build up the players' confidence level to face this situation. These players have been in the final. They should know what it feels to play in Wembley. I know this isn't the final, this is semi-final, but the players should know and the management should know. Anesh, big up to you. That doesn't matter. That was in the Premier League and this is in the cup competition semi-final. They will want that trophy more than any of our players because these players are just happy to be there. They have no mentality to win. Look, if that's the case, then we're in big trouble. Like ambition, drive, motivation. Yes, it needs to come from within, no doubts about that, but it also needs to be fostered and driven by management as well. Like Pochettino needs to drive that too. Needs them to see, look at the fans. Look what the fans are demanding. Play for the fans, play for this club. Chelsea Football Club, we win trophies here. And if some players can't live up to that expectations, and I think Mauricio Pochettino in recent press conference has said some of the players are finding it difficult to live up to that expectation. Well, those players, I'm sorry, you'll have to leave the football club. Like our sporting directors, our managers, our manager, our backroom staff, owners, they all need to sit down and go, okay, who are the players that just don't fit? At the end of the season, they're going to have to make an assessment. And they're going to have to be ruthless. If there are certain players that are struggling to live up to the expectations of this football club, I'm sorry, you're going to have to go. You're going to have to go. Simple as that. Harris, big up to you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Would love to see Madueke and Chukwuemeka start on Saturday. Look, I'm going to do my lineup very, very soon. Yeah, I'd like to see Chukwuemeka, but I don't think he'll start. He'll probably come off the bench and give some level of impact. But yeah, you're right. I do want to see Chukwuemeka start a lot more, especially in the league if he can. Benji, big up to you. These players know what it takes to get to the final. I really expect this team to get over the line. Yeah, I mean, we've made it to the Carabao Cup final. You learn from that. You try and go one step further on that. Richard, big up to you. The only thing is we have opposition called Man City. Yeah, look, I'm not disregarding them, man. How can I sit here and disregard Manchester City? I cannot. But what I'm saying is, at the same time, they are not at their optimum level. They're not at their optimum best. They shouldn't be able to field their strongest 11. And I know that should not matter. Like, even their second team should be more than capable of beating us. I get that. But our team should look at this opportunity and say to themselves, let's go out there and this is the best time to beat them. They have to be tired off the back of that Champions League game. They have to be. We must. Haj, I think your theory of Poch being here next season is looking likely. The only positive I can see in that is he's the only footballing person in the club who know this transfer strategy is flawed. Yeah, look, when you look at all the managers that are available in the summer, a lot of them are getting taken anyway. Nagelsmann's staying with Germany national team, and Nagelsmann wasn't going to be an option anyway for us. He already rejected us last time anyway. Ruben Amorim is going towards Liverpool. Bayern Munich is still looking for a manager. Could be Roberto De Zerbi. Thomas Tuchel is not going to come back to Chelsea. For as much as he would want to come back, as much as I would like to see him back, as much as I know a lot of you guys wouldn't mind him back, but that's not going to happen. Thomas Tuchel did not get along with the owners. Xavi would be a good shout. I don't think he's going to come to Chelsea Football Club. I don't know. I don't get the feeling he will. So look, it looks like it will be Pochettino next season because there's no one available. Xabi Alonso is staying at Leverkusen, so that's not going to happen. Maurizio Sarri is available. Is he an option? I do like the Atalanta manager, Gasperini. Gasperini's done a madness with Atalanta. He's been there for a long time as well. He's done very well with Atalanta. But these managers, I don't think they're going to happen. I fully believe it's going to be Poch next season, unless we go on a mad run of lose against City, lose against Arsenal, lose against, and miss out on Europe, miss out on doing well in the league as well. Unless that happens, I just can't see how a new manager takes over next season. As much as we want it. Well, okay, Miz, that was before 4 games ago. Hey, Ball, they've played in the last games. They are looking crazy dangerous. I hope they are tired. But that being said, it's a cup match. We go out there and do our best. 100%. 100%. Daniel Knight, big up to you, my man. I hope build team around Cole Palmer next season with world-class players and experienced players. No more young players. We don't need any more young players, man. We've got plethora of young players. I had this guy yesterday comment on my video, the Musiala video, saying, Chelsea fans are upset when we're getting linked to quality young players, and they're upset when we are linked to, Brazilian young players. Look, the bottom line is no one's upset about being linked with Musiala. Like, Musiala is the kind of links that we like. But what I said in my video is that it's an unrealistic one. Like, why would Musiala come to Chelsea Football Club? And I know a lot of you guys will say, no, he's got Cobham, history. He's from Chelsea. Musiala is going, this guy's in the Champions League. He's one of the best players in the world. His ambition is to win the Ballon d'Or one day. Check out some of his interviews. You think he can win the Ballon d'Or with Chelsea? So it's not about being upset with young players. If it's a quality young player, no problems. But we get annoyed as a fan base when we see yet another Brazilian kid. And we're going to send him to Strasbourg. And as I said, we've got enough young players in our team, man. We've got enough. Plenty. There's some recent news coming out that Pochettino wants Thiago Silva to stay for another season. There's a reason I believe that. I believe that news. The reason I believe that news is our team at the moment doesn't have anyone in the caliber of Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva, whatever opinions you have about him, he's slow, he's not a good defender anymore, this, that, the other, he can't play a high line. There is a value in Thiago Silva. He's seen it all. He's our most experienced player. Young players gravitate to that. It's important. You take away Thiago Silva away from this team, who are these kids going to look up to, man? They can't just be learning from each other. You need some level of reference point, man. And as Ashraf said, he's still our best. I still believe he's still our best defender. 100% I still believe he's our best defender. So I fully understand why Poch is looking for experience. Yeah, no more young players needed, man. Well, enough young players. Haj, he wants to learn from Mudryk. Miz, of course, he will come to Chelsea. Mudryk will teach Musiala how to win the... You're a bad man, Haj. You're a bad man. Marvo, big up to you. I agree. We need to keep Silva for one more season. He's not on high wages either. And do you know what? I think Silva wants to stay as well. He likes being at London. I think his kids are settled. Bell Silva likes it at London as well. I think his eldest son plays for our academy. So I would love to see Thiago Silva for one more season. But there's obviously been clashes between Thiago Silva's obviously has said a few things last season about the new ownership. Bel Silva this season, we know what she tweeted. Things need to change. So there could be a bit of a bad blood in regards to that. But yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do the lineup. This is the formation that I'm going with, ladies and gentlemen. 4-3-3, but don't get too worried about this 4-3-3 where, I'm expecting LCM. And what I'm expecting with this formation, especially off the ball, is Caicedo. I'll probably, look, let me just put Caicedo there straight away. I'm expecting Caicedo to be the deepest midfielder. And really, I'm expecting him to be more this way. And I'm expecting these two midfielders to be covering the half spaces. So let's put these midfielders already. I'm expecting Gallagher to start. I think this is a match where Gallagher, his engine is needed. 100% his engine is needed. I'm expecting him to be more in the half spaces. And I know Enzo Fernandez is just coming back from injury. It could be a bit of an issue. But I think this is the game I do need Enzo Fernandez. I need someone who's comfortable on the ball, because if we are getting pressed and we are getting boxed in, I need a player that is comfortable with the ball and then can find some outlets up front. These are our outlets up front. We'll come back to them soon. Goalkeeper, look, I think Robert Sanchez might be the FA Cup goalkeeper, ladies and gentlemen. I still want to see Petrovic, but I expect it to be Robert Sanchez because I think he's our FA Cup goalkeeper. I'm pretty certain he's fit as well. I'm pretty certain he's fit. Someone saying, please no Galadog at 10. This won't be a 10. This is not a 10 position. There will be no 10 in this match, to be honest. I don't expect us to play with a 10 in this game because Man City won't allow us to play that way anyway. I feel Man City will not allow us to play that way. 4-4-2 off the ball for me. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. So we've got goalkeeper. In the right side, Malo Gusto. In the left, Cucurella. Yeah, I'm not playing with Ben Chilwell at left. By the way, I don't know, is this true? Is Ben Chilwell also reaching out to someone from OnlyFans and only to get rejected by that OnlyFans girl? Is that true? There's a clip that's going around that some girl saying that, Ben Chilwell, he felt a bit horny one night, tried to message her, and she said no. What's wrong with some of these players, man? Reaching out to OnlyFans girls. Far out. I understand some of these players, they want to get jiggy with it. Like, I get that. You know, they feel the urge, all that testosterone, you know, floating around. They want to unleash. I understand that. I get that. But come on, man. Why are you reaching out to OnlyFans girls? Like, what are you expecting? Do you know what I mean? What are you expecting? They're going to keep their mouth shut? Come on, man. So, yeah, Ben Chilwell, he can come off the bench. And look, I think he's probably going to be suited for the left wing role, to be honest, as opposed to the left back role. The CBs, I'm continuing with Chalobah. I think Chalobah was very, very good against Everton, and I want to continue on with Chalobah. He deserves to continue on. I know I did say not that long ago that, look, if we are looking to sell Chalobah, and we are looking to sell Chalobah because, once again, pure profit, why continue on with Chalobah? Just give those minutes to someone else. But all our defenders are so sloppy, so shaky. I don't trust them. And right now, Chalobah is looking good. I'll go with Chalobah. Mr. Fenny is saying, please, for God's sake, for what holy, please don't start Sanchez. A lot of you guys don't like Sanchez, but I think Sanchez might play. Benji saying, if Sanchez starts, we're definitely losing. I think he's starting. look, it may be Petrovic, but I think it might be Sanchez who might get the nod in this match. Okay. Thiago Silva is going to be partnering Chalobah. Need that experience, need that know-how. And that's the back line. That's the back line, ladies and gentlemen. That's how I'm shaping up. Sanchez, I know a lot of you guys don't want Sanchez. You want Petrovic. I feel it's going to be Sanchez. He's the FA Cup goalkeeper, I think. Or it's a cup goalkeeper. Looks like at the moment. Petrovic is in the Premier League. Malo Gusto, Trevor Chalobah, Thiago Silva, Marc Cucurella is our back four line. Gallagher, Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez is going to be the midfield three. Well, that's how I want to see the midfield. Gallagher more operating in the half spaces of the ball. Enzo Fernandez similarly, and Caicedo playing as the deepest. And then with the ball, obviously, I'm looking for outlets from Enzo Fernandez to the players up front. Players up front, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going with Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer to play on the right side. Nicholas Jackson to play as the striker. And I'm going with Mudryk as the left winger. Don't be surprised if we see Ben Chilwell as the left winger, but I'm going with Mudryk. I think his pace against some of these tired Manchester City players could come in handy. Obviously, Cole Palmer is just in some magnificent form. He's going to be our key player. I think his contribution up front is going to be crucial. I think his work rate as well. Like, Cole Palmer actually works real hard. I think his work rate off the ball is going to be very crucial on that right side for Malo Gusto. Gallagher will be there to help out too. And Nicholas Jackson will have to work hard, and which he does. Nicholas Jackson does work hard off the ball through the middle. I think that's going to be important. I do need Mudryk to work hard. One thing about Mudryk is he doesn't seem to work as hard off the ball to protect that left side of Cucurella and Enzo Fernandez. They do need Mudryk's ability to work hard. Mudryk's got to work hard off the ball and on the ball. He's got to be an outlet for Enzo Fernandez, but at the same time, he's got to be able to defend and provide cover for both Cucurella and Enzo Fernandez. So this is my team, ladies and gentlemen. Robert Sanchez, goalkeeper. Malo Gusto, Trevor Chalobah, Thiago Silva, Marc Cucurella, Conor Gallagher, Moses Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, Cole Palmer, Nicholas Jackson, Michaela Mudryk. This is the team that I'm going for in the FA Cup semi-final. And obviously, the captain is Conor Gallagher. Players like Raheem Sterling, Chukwuemeka, all of those players can come off the bench. Sterling played well against City this season, home and away. Now, of course, yes, he has. But I'm just a bit weary that he's just coming back from, being ill, stomach bug or whatnot. I know the same thing can be said about Enzo Fernandez as well. I fully get that. But look, I don't mind. If it's Raheem Sterling instead of Mudryk, I've got no issues with that, to be honest. Happy to have that as Raheem Sterling. I've got no problems with that. You all know I like Raheem Sterling a lot anyway, so yeah, I've got no issues with that. Jack, 4-2-3-1. Gallagher and Caicedo sitting. Palmer right wing, Madueke 10, and Mudryk left wing. Jackson up front. We need that pace up on the front areas, so sacrifice Enzo and won't have much of the ball. Yeah, look, I don't know, man. If you don't have another midfielder in this game, I think that might be very detrimental, Twice we've done good against Manchester City because we've been able to stack the midfield. You take away a midfielder and put a player like Madueke in this game, we might get dominated even more. As if this formation, we're probably going to get dominated, but at least we should have a lot more cover in midfield. Take away Enzo and put another attacker. Nah, man, I think we might be asking for trouble. On the ball, if we have some settled position, Chalo, Silva, Cuckoo back three, build up, Enzo, Caicedo pivot, then Gusto and Mudryk holding with Connor and Palmer playing in the half spaces. 3-2-5, 3-3-4. Yeah, fair enough. I think that's more or less what I'm saying as well. Sorry if I missed it. Why Sanchez over Petrovic, Miz? Not because of my choice. I just think Mauricio Pochettino is going to use Sanchez because he's been utilizing Sanchez in the domestic cups. Sanchez is generally playing in the cup matches. Me personally, I'd go with Petrovic. Like I'm happy to change that. Look, it's not an issue. It's not really like a preference or anything like that. And in recent times, Petrovic has not been that great anyway as well. Like Petrovic needs to have a solid game. It's a good team, but I would keep the same midfield we had against Everton. Don't know if Ever is fit and Enzo is fit. Look, Richard, I understand why you might feel that way, but just because something worked against Everton, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's also going to work against City. They're two different teams. That's how I'm thinking about it. Happy for you to keep the same team as the one that played against Everton. No problems at all. But it's horses for courses as well. Like Everton is Man City is no Everton. Do you know what I mean? Sanchez has no rhythm. He's back from injury. I don't think Poch would take such a big risk to play him in such an advanced stage of the competition. But the impossible is not Poch. Yeah, look, fair enough. As you've seen, I've changed it to Petrovic. It's got no issues with that. Ayusha, big up to you. Midfield 3 makes sense, but why not start Noni when he has some momentum? Mudryk is also finally getting some consistency, although still below acceptable level. Look, I mean, I had it Mudryk, but a lot of people are saying Sterling because Sterling is someone who's done well against Manchester City. So it don't matter. It don't matter. For me, it don't matter. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's the team. I'm going with one. I'm going with 2-2 at full time. 2-2 at full time. And perhaps Chelsea winning it in extra time 3-2. That's what I'm going with. My score prediction 2-2 full time, 3-2 at extra time, Chelsea to win. I think that will be, Manchester City players will be absolutely tired off the back of if it pans out to be like that. You know, they would have played 120 minutes against Real Madrid, and if they play another 120 minutes against us, they should be absolutely tired. So I'm going with 3-2 Chelsea at extra time. 3-2 Chelsea. Ashraf is going with 1-1 Chelsea penalties. Haj is going with 3-2 Chelsea after extra time. There you go, going like me. Benji 3-2 Chelsea. Emmanuel 1-0 Chelsea. Ayusha 1-1 extra time. Chelsea to win in pens. Fair enough. Or 2-1 Chelsea masterclass 1-1. Fair enough. I'm going to end the poll, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like 60% is saying that Chelsea will qualify for the FA Cup final. So that's good to see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea Empire saying 2-0 Chelsea. Wow, that would be sensational. Marcus saying 2-2. Fair enough. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll wrap things up. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Don't go anywhere. Make sure you subscribe and smash the like button before you go. And I shall see you all for the watch along. It will be sensational watch along. Until next time, everyone, take care. See ya. Catch you for the watch along. Bye.